Thank you very much, Mr. Chair, and I thank all of our witnesses for having stamina to last through this hearing. Iowa is a little-known energy state. We have 50% of our energy is from renewables, over 50% of our electricity is from wind, and we are an exporter, a net exporter of energy that both reduces greenhouse gas emissions and cleaner burning engines as part of our liquid fuel portfolio. And it should be part of the liquid fuel portfolio in all of our energy needs. It offers affordable energy to allow us as a country to compete globally on an affordable level. Imagine when I went to COP26 and COP27 that I found out that energy demand is increasing. It is not decreasing. And I agree with the witness that we need increased electrification, but energy efficiency is only going to be able to give us so much, and it's a very small amount. And to increase electrification, we need electricity, which means we need more energy sources, and to build new energy sources and resources, not less. In Europe, as we've seen over the past year, and I saw when I went to both COP26 and COP27, demand is going up, energy efficiency has tried, and Germany and UK has been reliant upon wind and solar as renewables and have much higher electricity prices than we have in the United States. So it's not bringing down electricity prices. In Iowa, not only are we a source of energy, we also have the Ames National Laboratory located at Iowa State University just outside of my district, and it currently leads the Critical Materials Institute. CMI is an energy innovation hub of the U.S. Department of Energy. Its focus is innovation to assure supply chains for materials critical to clean energy technologies. CMI carries out scientific and engineering research that facilitates more diverse primary supply chains in addition to mining, which we wholeheartedly agree we need in this country, more efficient manufacturing, reuse, and recycling, and development of new materials. Mr. Menenzi, can you speak to the national significance of diversifying supply, developing substitutes, and driving reuse and recovery of critical minerals with respect to securing our nation's global competitiveness?
Well, we've talked about the critical minerals, throughout the day. It is important that we figure out a way for us to have our own access to our critical minerals. As we're dependent on 31 of 35, we import 14. So I think that's one of the lessons learned, and it was really emphasized after COVID. So Congress in 2020 did take action, to do R&D for critical minerals, and so they were doing. But after COVID, we realized we really cannot depend even on other countries. While we've been talking about China, other countries provide us other critical minerals. So the focus now is really to do this. And the Biden administration, likewise, underscored that. And but we need to do more. And so that's why today's bill is so important, that we really need to make sure that the Department of Energy has the expertise to do it. You mentioned Ames. It's great. Ames is a place where you go where you get to see the actual elements that are on the elemental chart, except for the radioactive ones, of course. But you can just see, and they're all there in these little vials, and it's just an absolute great place to go and visit.
Wholeheartedly agree. And as you know, in December of 2022, the U.S. Department of Commerce found Chinese solar panel makers had circumvented the U.S. tariffs by doing minor processing in Southeast Asia, and I think that was mentioned earlier, including Cambodia, Malaysia, Thailand, and Vietnam, before exporting to the U.S. New tariffs on U.S. imports from these countries, which account for about 80% of U.S. panel supplies, do not take effect until June of 2024 because of a 2-year waiver from President Biden. I have concerns about China taking advantage of the waivers for renewable technologies meant for other countries, especially when the alternative is American-made products. There is a similar issue with Chinese companies operating production facilities for the EV batteries, which we had talked about through the credits with the Inflation Reduction Act. Can you please speak to the risk that the waivers for critical minerals and renewable technologies in other countries pose to the U.S. national and economic security?
Right. For the first time, then, if this bill is enacted, the Energy Department will actually have a role in advising the President and other agencies as to what emergency actions can take place to ensure that we can protect those vital sources. And that's why this is needed. Otherwise, the Department of Energy and its expertise will lose out to other agencies who will have other equities to argue about and for. And so you want the Energy Department to be at that table to inform the President as to why certain actions need to be taken to protect our critical minerals and resources.
Thank you so much. I wish I could go through all of the witnesses, but I don't have time. I have some other questions which I will submit to the committee and then ask you to respond in writing. Thank you very much. I yield back.